just another work day at the lab. And after working a 14-hour day and bringing home a nanoscopic $122.96, after Uncle Sam gets his cut, it dawned on me that 20 whole years of my life had gone by. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Look at me, throwing away my precious life when I should have been aiming for the stars. Rich people don't trade their time for money. It's time to wake up and do this. One time for your mind.
Peace. In school, we're commonly taught about 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas. We're rarely taught about the other 4 states of matter. In this video, we discuss the 7 states of matter. The focus of most primary and secondary schools are on the first 3, because these are the ones that we sense with our 5 senses. We will list the 7 states of matter and explain each one. Before we get started, it's only proper that I thank the Most High and greet the children of Israel in a proper way. Peace and greetings, brothers and sisters. All thanks and praise is due to the Creator, the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I bear witness the 24 elders are the custodians of divine unity, that Koshi Yahweh, who is the King of this world and the divine knower of its beginning and end. I am thankful to speak to no other than the children of Israel, the 144,000 custodians of divine life who are responsible for rebuilding the character and the self-improvement of the lost found nation, making us fit to accept our own and be ourselves. Once again, peace, shalom, assalamu alaikum. The first state of matter is a solid. Solids are formed when particles are packed closely together. The forces between these particles create a strong enough bond where the object seems not to move, but vibrates. A solid is defined by a definite shape and a definite volume. In truth, there is no real solid matter. All is a vibration that appears as a part of our conscience matches the speed of the object that we see. The second state of matter is a liquid. A liquid is defined by a definite volume when the temperature and pressure are constant. A liquid conforms to the shape of its container. The third state of matter is gas. Gas molecules are characterized by the ability to move quickly and freely due to negligible intermolecular forces and greater distance between molecules. The fourth state of matter, the central substance, space, also known as luminiferous ether. Space, ether, or luminiferous ether, is a medium filling all space and is the central supporting substance of all 6 other states of matter. While modern scientists consider this substance hypothetical, its existence is proven by looking up in the night sky. This substance is pure absolute blackness or triple darkness and contains all other substances. The original God gets his or her skin color directly from this substance. This substance is also the source of what people call melanin. This substance gives everyday objects in the known universe its individual color. The fifth state of matter is light. Light is defined as a transverse wave or electromagnetic wave that vibrates at a right angle in the direction of its propagation. The speed of light in luminiferous ether, a vacuum or space, has a constant speed. The speed of light in a medium is slower than the speed of light in a vacuum or space. The sixth state of matter is electricity. Electricity is defined as a state of matter defined by the flow of charged particles, i.e. electrons. The seventh state of matter is magnetism. Magnetism here is commonly referred to as universal gravitation in modern terms. This is the attractive force between two objects with mass. On a universal scale, magnetism is the attractive force that brings together all solar systems that are alike, causing them to find each other. On a planetary scale, we observe that heavy metals like iron and gold sink into the Earth, while hydrogen and oxygen gas float to the top, forming water in our atmosphere. The more electrons or planets associated with the interaction, the stronger the bonds that form between atoms or solar systems. The first law of magnetic attraction is that like will attract like. The first law of magnetic attraction works in exactly 100 ways. There are exactly 100 natural elements on Earth. Natural elements start from hydrogen, 1 planet or 1 electron, fermium, 100 planets or 100 electrons. The elements on the periodic table outside of these 100 elements are temporary or man-made and only last seconds. The second law of magnetic attraction is that unlike will attract unlike. The second law of magnetic attraction works in nearly endless ways. The second law of magnetic attraction is observed most commonly by modern scientists in the form of ionic bonds. These ionic bonds are denoted in chemistry as being formed by the attractive force between oppositely charged particles. Let's look at the second law of attraction on the universal scale and the subatomic scale for everyday table salt. On the universal scale, NaCl is formed by the attraction between a star system with 11 planets, Na, and a star system with 17 planets, Cl. On the subatomic scale, NaCl is formed by the electrostatic ionic attraction between Na plus and Cl minus. Na and Cl balance each other out when the compound NaCl is formed. Here are some commonalities between the 7 states of matter. The 7 states of matter all have a spectrum that ranges in intensity. All 7 substances come out of the condensation of nothing, or the mind of God. God is infinite in eternity, no beginning and no end, but not in creation. This allows God to create and continue to make every new universe larger than the first to infinity, the vibration of conscious. The highest of these vibrations is magnetism, the lowest is solid. Part of this consciousness is inside of us vibrating as perception, and the other part is outside of us vibrating as matter. God condenses a part of his mind, which is in an expanded state, and forms the first substance, magnetism. Magnetism condenses further and forms a second substance, called electricity. Electricity condenses into light, the third substance of the universe, which condenses into the fourth substance called space or ether. The last 3 substances, gases, liquids, and solids, condense in 3 stages out of ether. We say all is vibration because everything is transformation of the same stuff at different vibratory levels. We see in the process of photosynthesis that matter starts off from light energy and is condensed into solid chemical energy through a plant or organism. Just to be clear, this has nothing to do with a mystery god, but actual elders are creating new star systems every 7,000 years. They create over a period of time of 6,000 years and rest for 1,000 years. The fundamental particle of matter that modern scientists seek can never be found, as the universe has no beginning or end. It just continues to expand over time. For more on this, see our videos on astronomy and physics and ancient African cosmology. Cosmology is the knowledge of how the universe was created. Our ancestors know that the universe begins and ends with divine unity, creating the one God, Allah, or the All. In truth, there is no beginning or ending, just a cycle where the beginning and ending are the same, but on a higher plane of existence. After many trillions of years at the end of a given universe, our ancestors form a new Earth from the stars and planets of the previous universe. The stars of the previous universe become the atoms of this new Earth. The new stars and planets are created around this first Earth. As previously stated, the universe ends in divine unity. This unity brings about a state of mind known as eternity or heaven. In this state of mind, each individual in the universe is connected in the mind and heart and knows him or herself as the one God. In this expanded state of mind, each individual recognizes that every other person is the same one God. In the expanded state of mind of divine unity, the old universe is seen as the object the size of Earth. At this point, our ancestors descend upon the new Earth into new bodies that are formed instantly from the thought substance, ether, triple darkness, or space. Ether contains all 7 states of matter and is pure blackness or space and is the central substance of the universe. This first Earth is made in complete darkness and is seen only by inner sight. This inner sight is knowing the existence of an object as a part of self. This inner vision is a self-generated inner light from unity with all things. In other words, they see things by being them. The new bodies naturally take on the color of ether and are pure black. 144,000 plant and animal totems or original animals and plants are formed instantly from an aspect of perfect character. The first Earth becomes the center of the universe and is the central hub from which the rest of the universe is formed. Ancient biology from the perspective of the original man and woman is much different than what is taught in schools. In fact, in many cases, is the exact opposite. What is ancient biology? Biology is the study of the 144,000 aspects of character and parts of the body that they correspond to. These 144 aspects of perfect character are the origin of the 144,000 animal and plant totems. Why is character important? Understanding character is important as all disease and mutation is a result of neglecting one or more aspects of character. How were animals and plants formed? Animals and plants originate from the body of the original man and woman. Each part of the body corresponds to the original animal. Who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, and god of the universe. Why do animals and plants only represent one aspect of character? Animals and plants are not unified beings as humans are. They reflect the integrity of the character of the dominant society. What are some aspects of character? According to Black Root Science, they include courage, wisdom, goodness, strength, grace, honesty, authority, gentleness, abundance, beauty, friendliness, unlaziness, humor, and many, many more, totaling in 144,000. The vast majority of these parts or aspects of character do not have names in the English language. In the original languages, every aspect has 2 names, one for the animal and one for the plant. One original plant and one original animal were created for each aspect of your character. Where are the perfect animal and plant totems? 144,000 animal and plant totems are held in the custody of the 144,000 judges. What about the foul and poisonous animals? Moral character creates beautiful forms, and immoral character creates ugly forms. Modern scientists have found the effects of certain words on water molecules. All the foul and poisonous animals that we see today come from the character of the dominant society. For the past 6,000 years, we have been experiencing the world of the man and woman who were made from the recessive genes of the original man and woman. This cycle of evil was started on the island of Patmos or Ceylon through a process of selective breeding or artificial selection. While the original man and woman has perfect character under the perfect society, the recessive man and woman has imperfect character and lacks the seed of morality. Thus, animals and plants reflect the dominant society. All poisonous and foul animals and plants are deviations from the original 144,000 plant and animal totems and aspects of perfect character. For example, the blood-sucking animals of today are representative of the greed of the dominant society. What about evolution? Evolution teaches that man evolved from animal. The opposite is true. All animals and plants are derived from a part of the mind of man and woman. The law of evolution is really the law of integrity. In other words, plants and animals evolve from the integrity of the character of the dominant society. How can an animal come from the mind of man and woman? There have been recent studies that have scratched the surface of this idea. These studies include concepts of the mammalian, insectoid, and reptilian aspects of the brain. These animals derive from parts of the body of the original man and woman. So what about DNA? Currently, there are 2 active strands of DNA out of a total of 12 active strands of DNA in our natural state. This process was set into motion 50,000 years ago to alter the human body by forgetting aspects of character through self-imposed isolation. This self-imposed isolation caused 10 strands of DNA to become dormant. This change allowed for the recessive genes of the original man and woman to be expressed phenotypically 6,000 years ago. So what makes a person recessive? A person is recessive after the black germ has been deliberately bred out over the course of 7 generations. It takes 1 generation of breeding with the original man or woman to graft the black germ back. So what is the black germ or gene? The black germ is the seat of morality or seat of God. It allows God to incarnate as an inner guide or a new personality or soul. There are a total of 1,008,000,000 original gods that incarnate on a given planet at a single time, each forming a new personality each time. The black germ is self-generating and is able to regenerate after the law of momentum has run its course.
Thank you for listening. I'm your host, the Anonymous Shadow Guy. One time for your mind.
I hope you've enjoyed this beautiful episode of Season 3.
One time.
One time for your mind.
One time.
Prepare to be enlightened.
One time.
Expand your horizon. One time for your mind. Tantalize your